I'll introduce you, Raymond Mearns. You're one of my favourite comedians. Like, pound for pound, you're the best.
I'm one of my favourite comedians. I'm my favourite comedian.
But you're a good guy overall. You've always gave us advice when we started. If I ever ask people, see like the car journeys, who's your favourite comedian? It's always you. You're always there.
No.
You're always there,
No.
mate. You're always there.
No.
I don't know the English boys and lassies, but the Scottish team. So getting you on, mate, it's an absolute blessing.
Well, am I the first guest?
No, you're not the first.
Oh, see, I'm not the fucking best. I just showed his sell up.
But I didn't think you would date me. I thought, you're a busy man, aren't you? You're fucking smashing the socials.
I go get my bed before 12 o'clock.
Did Dan dress you with that shirt? Was that your own decision?
Oh, hey,
I don't
I'm
believe
a
she'd
big
do that
fat
to you.
party animal. This is the look.
You're looking for a slag him when you're at the street? You would win anyway.
I don't mind. By the way, you can say what you want about me.
Is this a new? I've never seen you with that kind of shirt on before, Raymond.
I've been wearing these on and off for years.
On stage?
I'll turn up. No, I do sometimes on stage, but I'll turn up to a party or somebody's having, I've got 4 or 5 of these. My daughter next them off me.
Tommy Bahama is what you call them? Tony Bahama shirts?
I don't know. You
What's
call
that
them
make?
Tony Montana, Magnum PI. I don't know. It's a Hawaiian shirt, isn't it? So I bought this when I was in. We went to Disney World.
Right.
Man, before the pandemic, and then came back just on the 8th of March, and then infected everybody in Scotland, and the country was shut down 2 weeks later. Well, I think I had it when we went. I'll tell you what's interesting. So we're flying out, and I just started feeling horrible on the plane. And we go to the airport, and you go on the bus. The good thing is we went to Aer Lingus, so we cleared US immigration in Dublin.
Yep.
Right? So we get off the plane, gets our bags, goes to the transfer point, and I start to feel really well, really cold and all that. Shivers. I'm going, what's wrong? Right? But I'd bought a bottle of whiskey, and bought 2 bottles actually. I got the wife to take one through. Right? And I bought some lovely whiskey in Dublin. I felt terrible, sweating and everything. So that night, I felt awful. And then the next day, I was just gubbed. But then I got up in the night time, I had my dinner, and started having a good swallow. So I reckon I had COVID. Right? And the COVID went, you fat ball bag, I'm going to kill you. And the Irish whiskey went, are you fuck? I'm going to do them in first.
What whiskey was it? What's your favourite Irish whiskey?
Oh, the bottle I had was a 16-year-old Napog Castle.
Oh, lovely.
And it's double matured. It's made by the Bushmills Distillery.
Yep.
And it's finished in something like, I don't know, a Pedro Jimenez or an Oloroso sherry cask.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Gary, it's
Glenfiddich's a sherry cask as well, isn't it?
You did it. Glenfiddich 18.
It's sherry and
It's finished in sherry. It's aged in bourbon and finished in sherry. So there is. I could bore the arse off you about whiskey. I could do a whiskey podcast.
Really, mate?
Oh, aye.
You should.
Oh, aye. No, but we tried to get. What I did was, me and a mate of mine had an idea. We'll do a whiskey podcast. We went to some whiskey companies, and I went, would you like to sponsor a whiskey cast? And they went, a whiskey podcast? And they went, no. I said, how no? He says, believe me, we've got no trouble getting shot of this stuff. We don't need your help.
That's glad that you're interested in that.
Well,
I thought it was the guitars. I thought that was your big thing.
I have educated tastes in whiskey, guitars.
I've heard you doing a few air guitars. You're like, you showed me.
Whiskey, guitars, and women.
Oh, really? Just the one?
Whiskey and guitars.
Whiskey, guitars, and Anne.
Well, Anne, she's my missus.
Can I just say
awesome.
before we start, my worst ever gig was for you.
Was for me?
My hero crushed me.
What?
Remember the gig in Caldies where you decided we would do a gong show and you armed yourself with a fart gun?
Aye.
You fart gunned me.
I fart gunned everybody.
I know, mate, it was hysterical.
But it wasn't personal.
When it was me, I was like, I can't believe it. It crushed me.
No, because the fart gun got a bigger laugh. But I was taking everybody down.
But you timed it perfect because your timing's perfect.
Ah, well, that's...
It was one of the gigs I was like, oh, you let me go. I'll be all right in here with a full family
no
gig.
Quarter is given, Gary. How long ago was that?
My Wade's got the fart gun. Despicable Me. It was one of the silver one. I see it, mate. I flinch, get trauma. That must have been 8-9 years ago. easily.
Aye. Easy.
Aye.
Easy. That was
But
years ago.
See, to my demise, like, I watched most of the show and I found you fucking hysterical. See, because you were doing it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, you pick his favourites. That's how it kind of works. It was a fuck. Everybody got it.
Nah. I'm a terrible person. If I'm given that sort of power, I go, everybody's going down.
It was carnage. But the audience must have just came to hear you doing it. I didn't realise. Because that was funnier than anything that was happening. You had a fart gun and you were unpredictable.
I came up with this concept as well with that fart gun. We did a show one night and it was called the 10 by 10 Comedy Relay.
Right.
And there was 10 acts, 2 first half, second half, and you had to do 10 minutes and pass the baton on to the next act. So there wasn't an MC.
Yep.
So the first act up, difficult job, he's the first one on, you got to hit the ground running. And then just on 10 minutes.
Did the material need to continue for the previous material?
No, that's an amazing way of doing it.
Yep.
The other person got to come on and carry on
Finish
the
the
narrative.
joke. Aye.
Finish with the guy's talking about. That's a brilliant idea. Write that down. So 5 comedians would do 10 minutes, then they'd have a break.
Yep.
So the comedian, the 5th comedian, the first half, I say, as I was having a break now, when the farter goes off. And then do it again.
And you thought, fuck it, I'm going to go and buy a cartoon fart gun and terrorise all my
somebody
pals.
gave me it for my Christmas. Somebody gave me a fart gun for Christmas.
Oh, it was class.
And, it was great. I've still got it.
My favourite, obviously, I remember years ago, because you're always somebody that, if I'm at the Fringe, you and Big Gary Little are always my choice to come and see.
Oh, Big
at the
Gaza,
Fringe.
man.
You're always my
Spiritual.
two. And I remember me and Miko came to see you, and we went to see you, say, like the Thursday in the Beehive, and you done an hour about nails. No, that was Straven, you done the nail thing.
Nails?
You spoke to a nail salesman, a guy that made nails. And
Nails?
Straven, nails, as in like the hammer nails.
Aye.
And you had some weird fucking memory of nails, and you done about an hour about nails and Straven. But me and Gary came to see you in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
and
I
it was
used,
the
I
same.
used to work for George Boyd.
Fucking don't start the nail stuff, mate.
No.
It was
So,
gold.
so my first job after leaving school, right, was a YTS in a place called George Boyd's,
Right.
and they're architectural ironmongers.
Right.
So you work in the tool department, you work in the lubrications department, oils and stuff, and then you work in the contracts department. So builders would want door closers and push plates or whatever if they're doing a building. And then you'd be in the fastenings department and the builders ironmongery department. So they move you around them. Now I've got this. It's a thing I must be. I've got a talent for. I remember
That's bad.
everything. I remember. I don't remember everything. I remember things, and I'm really good at tying stuff up.
Yep.
Logically connecting everything. It's just about what I've got an
Do you
ability
read a
to do
lot,
that.
aye?
Oh, all the time, constantly reading, constantly. So, and all sorts of mental madness. You know, one day I maybe be reading about the beginnings of the one Holy Roman Catholic and Apostolic Church, and then the next day I'll be Charles Bukowski talking about being an alky. And
Because I remember you came into a green room one time and you were saying the American states backwards in alphabetical order.
I can name all the. I can
Still
name
got that
all
in
the US. Well, that's an easy one. 50 states. Aye. No, it's just something I'm into. I'm into football. I'm into a lot of different things. Anyway, that's the point. So I'd learned when I was at George Boyd's. I just knew everything. I went. I'm right into it.
Yep.
They must be this fucking loony. You know what I mean? Oh, what's this? Different types of hinges and door closers and screws and nails and metric or imperial, UNF, UNC, and all the different, threads and stuff. And I just knew all.
You done that in Straven and you made that hysterical. And I remember being like, that's fucking bizarre, like the skill set you've got. But me and Miko came to see you in Edinburgh and the Thursday. We were there the Thursday and the Friday. It was me, Miko, and Shannon and Jazzy and stuff. We seen you on the Thursday and you done an hour about bin men, I think it was, the guy in the front row. You just done an hour, just off the back of your head. Then we came to see you on the Friday thinking it was going to be the same kind of show, and it was, again, different. And I remember
that
then
would have
being
been
like,
that show in 2014 when it was live at the top of the hive, where it was my intention to do a show every night and see whatever came up.
it's mental, mate.
Both
Both times we
safety
came,
net.
the hit rate was the same big laughs through the full show. And I remember thinking to myself then, I would love to be 5% of that. And that's always been my goal, to be 5%. Without being Raymond Mearns, to have that skill set where I'm...
Well, you've kind of got it. I mean, I'd watch you, and you've got the ability to perform what you do
Yep.
with the sort of vibe that you could be talking in the pub. That's a wonderful thing.
Yep.
To stand on stage and have that bonhomie, that sense about you where people go, I'll fucking have a beer with him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of that came for you, mate. I think a lot of that
No,
influence.
I was in you. I was in you, Gary. But so there's similarities in what we do, and there's similarities in my background. And then see, I look at say Gary Delaney, right?
Yep.
Who's and Tim Vine, and they're great pun guys. I can't do that. That's impossible for me.
Yep.
But I admire it incredibly. I go, fuck, these guys are geniuses.
Yep.
But even if I started new for the next year and tried to replicate that, I don't know if I could.
Yep.
Because I don't know that my thing
Does the fighter style?
works that way, the way my... It's like Paul Perry's a good pal of mine.
Yep.
And Paul's got this...
Paul's amazing.
He's got this beautiful, abstract, absurd way of looking at life. And he'll come up with an idea in a completely different way that I'll come up with an idea. So there'll be the same stimulus in front of us. Like, I remember one day there was something about, it was a piano. And it was like, somebody said, imagine an elephant was playing a piano. And that's never occurred to me. But Paul, he went, the elephant would sit at the piano and he'd touch the keys and he'd go, oh no, that's my brother. That's fucking genius. The ivory keys.
Aye.
This is my dead brother. And I went, I would never think about that in a million years.
Storytelling's phenomenal, innit? Paul Perry.
Aye. So we're all kind of built and made differently.
Yep.
And then I think that's what it is. And what our goal is to kind of try and find out if we can why our madness works. And how it's always been great for me because I had no idea how it worked. I didn't know how the fuck I did this, right?
Yep.
I just did it, right? And some people go, that's brilliant. And some people go, what a load of pish, right? How are you even on the stage? You're no funny and this and that. But that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion. And so is what I always did my own gigs and I found it and it just developed and it just evolves until you're in such a space where you stand up and you do your thing and it's muscle memory after that, innit? You're just so used to doing it, you just do it. Well, that's how I look at it.
I don't think there's
What the fuck do I know?
It's fucking madness when I watch you. It's brilliant. Remember you? Because I used to follow you before I done comedy, and it's when you were in Dance Monkey Boy Dance.
Oh,
and that's just prime Raymond. Just carnage, do what you want. Get the audience involved. You made me a fire alarm, so you did.
Really?
My pal still talks about it. Aye, you were breaking into a house in one of these scenes, and you made me the alarm. And we still talk about it to this day.
And you would have to go off as an alarm?
You gave me the mic, you made me be the alarm. Still to this day I remember it. And fucking the laughter,
these
mate.
shows, they were phenomenal.
Aye.
We used to all go on stage. Maybe we'd write a song backstage in the break in 5 minutes. We'd write a fucking whole song.
A creative mix.
I remember my daughter's mate, Big Gay Al wasn't available one night. He was away, I don't know where he was. So we go, this guy Kevin and is a pal of my daughter's, genius musician, went to the Royal Scottish Academy, and we had him on piano, right? He's a fucking great piano player, right? He doesn't have Big Gay Al's chops. Big Gay Al's was all part of the madness, right?
He's ripping the same as the rest
But
of us.
I remember, so we went backstage at the break, and we used to do we take the ideas for a song, and then we go, right. And that particular night, it was, He's Not Heavy, He's My Brother was the song.
Yep.
So we rewrote all the words in 2 minutes. And he's like, this is fucking genius. I said, that's just what we do. He said, again, you do it a lot. Now, that's probably, you're only remembering the brilliant bits.
Yep.
I can fucking guarantee you there was a lot of treading through. Fucking hell.
Tough crowd.
But see, when you're in front of an audience like that, there's intensity and the fear. You've got to fucking pull a rabbit out of a hat. I'm serious. There's fear.
Or a wee guy by a fire alarm.
Aye. You've got to pull a rabbit out of a hat. And see, in order to do that, you're incredible. You're shiting yourself. There's a lot of fear,
Yep.
but you've got to relax, or you're going to block out
Implode.
all your inspiration or the universe coming into your soul and letting you soar like an eagle, right? See if you're all tense, and so we just got so comfortable in that zone.
Yep.
Okay.
Carnage.
Oh, you need to put the work in.
Aye.
We did just
Would you
turn
not
up and
love
go,
to do like a one-half dance, monkey boy dance?
we all fell out.
It'd be carnage, wouldn't it?
We all fell out. We'd all be fighting like fuck.
Right, so the podcast, the actual idea I've got, we're going to make this a cell eventually.
Death Row Dinners.
Death Row Dinners. I always think about what would I have if I was going to die. So I've got some questions for you that I
Right.
can't wait to get inside your head,
Right.
because it's a beautiful place, especially with the shirts selection. You're
Yeah.
brave. You're a brave, talented man. If I could pick, see, like to say, like, who do you want to pick? Because I'll ask you at the very end who you're going to replace me. I'd pick you, I think, to share a cell with.
Really?
I just sit and talk to you for fucking hours.
I don't know. The two's in there together.
And we're in together now, mate, technically.
Right.
This is going to be a cell eventually, so I'll get you back in.
I'd rather be in my cell.
Really?
Yeah, I'd end up sexually assaulting you.
I have got tits, mate, so it'll be alright. Right. What's your worst idea of prison food?
My worst idea
Aye,
of
aye.
prison food. It's good to be just. I'll eat anything. Right, I don't know about you,
I'm the same, mate.
but
I'm
I'm
in this
looking at
conversation.
very similar body shape. I don't think there's many things we would turn our nose up at, right? But you know what I really think is, I've never really quite enjoyed them. I love sausages, right?
I love sausages.
I
mate.
love square
Every
sausages. No, everyone. No,
Cumberland sausage?
no. I'm a sausagist. I'm a sausage racist, right? Right. I love Cumberland sausages, man. Like a big kosh, man. You do somebody's. I love bratwursts, right?
Oh, damn.
Big German
Big
bratwurst,
curry
man.
sauce to side.
Oh, a currywurst. Wir haben ein Currywurst, ja. Oh, und. Right. So, but there's the thing is, I remember a mate of mine. He says, I'll have a bacon roll. I don't like rolls and sausage. I says, what do you mean you don't like rolls and sausage? He says, you know where your way bacon? I says, what are you talking about? He says, sausages are too hit or miss.
Right.
And what he meant was, you can, especially a square sausage, right?
Yep.
They're a steak slice. Oh, I'm slabbering at a poacher duck thinking about it. A real meaty steak sausage with loads of meat in it, just the right amount of fat and eyeball and bleach
Arsehole.
and all that. Aye. There's everything in there, right? But the consistency is very meaty, maybe about 90% beef, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? It's 2 doors down for a fillet steak, right?
Yep.
That's a fucking serious square sausage. But there are other brands of sausages. I'm not saying where they come from. You normally find them frozen in a bag of 1,500 of them for
And they shrink.
£2. They don't. They're. I don't know what's in there. Right, I've no idea what's in there.
The guy that's saying he likes the arseholes in his sausage and the eyeballs is.
Do you know what? I'd rather I'd rather have the space inside the arsehole than have the. So you know what I mean. So my idea of the worst prison food is low quality food. I remember I did a gig in Shotts prison one night, right? And I'm on the top table, obviously, right? And we were doing, and this was a segregation wing. So this was all the nonsense in the grasses, right? So I'm going, oh no, I'm going to get raped here, right? But at least one of them will probably tell the police who done it. So the point is, right, we're sitting there, and they gave us a curry on a paper plate, and it was fucking, I don't know what this was. It was the worst tasting curry. But imagine if you're in the jail, you go,
It's all right.
it's better than sucking your cellmate's Bobby, right? Right. In fact, you know what? His Bobby tastes better. Right? So, probably just low quality food, but they liquid sausages that, and if you don't cook them right, they're still
hard.
liquidy inside. No, they're liquid.
I like my sausage a bit medium. See my square sausage?
I'll have a sausage
I don't like
medium.
it burnt.
Oh,
I like
no,
it kinda
no burnt.
A low cook.
No, I'll have them medium to well, but no burnt. Never burnt.
Nah,
Never.
it's weird, innit?
No,
Rubber,
they've still got to be just
spongy.
aye.
The fat's coming out.
With the aye, fucking
me
right,
ravens.
man. on a roll. Oh, man. Fucking.
Right, this is what I'm looking forward
Chelsea,
to.
run down to Greg's, man. We need some food here. Right. So you get a roll. No, what annoys me, you go into these places and they get roll sausage, please. And they use that summer country margarine on the roll. No. Butter.
Hunters of butter.
Oh, hunters of butter. Then
That's
you
how I
get the
do it in the
sausage
house.
on the roll, aye, and then tomato sauce. Oh,
You're right.
I'm sorry.
What's their gang name?
Our gang name. Well, you're for Dalmarnock
Right.
and I'm for
Sight Hill
Barrafield.
originally.
A Sight Hill
I'm a
originally.
Sight Hill. I grew up in Sight Hill.
Sight Hill. Well, that's the north side.
Yep.
So we're for the east side. You're for the north side. And we're no West End Wendy's. So, south side.
I was waiting for that.
What would be our gang name? I don't know. We'd probably be the Get Along Gang. Because,
Tattoo Dave said the funny guys, but I don't think that's giving me gang
no,
name vibes.
no, wouldn't it be the funny guys? Because comedy's all things your own mind. We would be the Get Along Gang. Because we, after a while, we go, what's all this fighting for, boys? Come on, we would be peacemakers. And then they'd all turn on us and put the shite out. We'd get a fucking doing.
Look to a cell. So, in this cell, you've got a year to go before you get the death row.
Right,
We
so
need to
I'm,
watch-
I'm getting an electric chair, I get hung or a guillotine.
We'll talk about that at the end. There's no
Right.
guillotine anymore. It's all right. You don't need to worry about that one.
It was quick though.
But we need to watch one film for our full sentence left. Only one film on the telly every night.
Easy. Top Gun 2, Maverick.
So see Top Gun 2, I thought that was going to be shite because every sequel's shite. And that was amazing.
It was
It
fucking
was better than the original
awesome,
and I
man.
couldn't believe it.
Absolutely better than the... See, when it came out, right, they did a Top Gun and Maverick double bill
Yep.
in the showcase up at Coat Bridge.
Right.
And that's, I'm Gary Hall, just a skip and a jump. And you go into the showcase, it's got a bar and everything,
Yep.
right? So me and my son-in-law, we went and we get pints of Moretti and we were just sitting in watching the film.
Double
Two
done.
films. Aye, fucking great.
It was bizarre when they done it so good.
It was amazing.
There was no flaws in it.
I don't think so. In fact, what I do now, I've got it on DVD, right? So what I do, I've got to be honest with you, I do this and it would means I will watch it twice the amount of times.
Yep.
Because I watch it, right, and I go, seeing it goes to the bits where he's with Jennifer Connelly. Now, she's a great actress. I love Jennifer Connelly. I'm not interested. Right. I fast forward it to the plane bits again. So all the love scenes. What have you
Get it
done?
away.
Did you piss off an air admiral? Who cares? Right? Just get to the flying, and that's what I do. So I fast forward all the romantic bits.
Yep. I'm happy with that film, mate. It's an absolute
That's
belter.
fucking a banger.
Is it? So see, you talk about the cinema having a bar in that. Was there no bars in the cinema when you were a wee guy?
No,
No. Was it very like Christian like?
Christian
Like
like.
society?
Aye,
Like
they'd
a bit
sing
like Belfast in
Kumbaya at
there?
the fucking start. No, right? No. What are you talking about? Kumbaya. Come on, give Star Wars. Hey.
No, I mean like was there no alcohol on a Sunday shot on a Sunday like?
Well, my old man always seemed to be steaming, so I don't know. But I don't know. I think I remember my old man used to on a Sunday. He did have to go up to a boozer that had an off license next to the boozer to buy drink on a Sunday.
Right.
So there was that.
Yep.
There was restrictions to licensing. But the first time I ever remember a bar being in a cinema was the old ABC up in Sauchiehall Street.
Yep. In the corner.
Aye. And this would have been about in the late 80s, possibly early 90s. I remember the wife and I went with my pal and his wife to see fucking something. I don't know. We saw probably some shite. And because the wife's away, you know, it's a social occasion.
You're just there.
Aye. So nothing about submarines or people getting malkied, right? Some fucking bollocks with Andrew McCarthy or some shite, right? Like Pretty in Pink or something. And there was a bar there. And I'd never seen a bar in the pictures, I remember. And I remember Ian Durant was in with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And the barman, and this was evil, right? And the barman, so me and my mate, I've got a green t-shirt with a gold crucifix on. So he knows
You know what it is?
Catholic, right? No, the barman was a Catholic. And Ian Durant get served before us. And do you know what the barman did? I thought this showed he no fucking class whatsoever. He says, who's that arsehole think he is? Gave me I don't know, a 5 or a 10, I fuck knows what it was. And he just told me to keep the change as if I need his fucking money. So, because he's a Tim and Ian Durant plays for Rangers, he's suddenly...
He took offence to a good
he
thing.
took offence. So if Lubo Marav said you keep the change, he's a great guy.
Gentleman.
I can't mind who played for Celtic then. Morris Johnson? No, he played for Rangers. But you know what I mean? I thought that showed the guy had no class.
Did you like having the bar bat?
It was good. We just got a drink. Aye.
Bizarre,
But
innit? Cinemas
bars are
mental,
fatal.
though.
Bars are
Buffy's not
fatal
that in
now.
them.
No, but bars are fatal now for me.
Yep.
In the cinema. Because I can't hold my piss in. Because I'm just a pisser. I'm just an old pisser.
Just a pish bag on you.
Aye, just an old pisser. So if we shared a cell, you would have a year of me fast forwarding
Terror.
the sexy bits in Maverick and pissing into that metal. You bet that? Oh no.
We're going to buy one of them. Do you know how
Aye.
much one of them is?
What, a metal jail thing?
Yep.
Much?
Guess how much a jail toilet with a sink attached to it is?
No. What?
$2.5 grand to $4 grand per one.
$2.5 grand to $4 grand?
Yes.
What is it, $2.5 grand when I get shit stains in them with the $4 grand to clean them? What are you
I
talking
think
about?
the one at $2.5 grand's not got a sink, but the big one's got a sink attached to it. I was going to buy one for the room next door.
Good. I think it enhanced the place.
So you can wash your hobby there,
Aye.
Bush.
If he's ever getting in the home decor business, don't hire him. Fucking doing your house up like a jail cell.
Hey, what's your album?
Oh,
This will be good.
my favourite
Hendrix.
album, right? My favourite album is of all time is the Great Rock and Roll Swindle by the Sex Pistols.
Oh, wow. I've never heard the Sex Pistols, I don't think.
You've never heard the Sex
I
Pistols?
don't think so.
You are joking,
Here's a
man.
song.
Right, so Anarchy in the UK.
We getting their guitar as well.
I mean, I'm a big music fan, right? And often Chelsea, our producer, he and I talk about the Beatles.
Yep.
Phenomenal. The Who, the Rolling Stones, U2, Bruce Springsteen, Rod Stewart, everybody from fucking Barry Manilow and Michael Bublé, right? I love music. Marillion and you name it, right? I love it. Fleetwood Mac, Roxy music, right? That punk for me epitomises what comedians are, right? Think about this, and anybody who's ever wants to do anything creatively, think about this. People often, they use perfectionism as an excuse to not do something. How you not doing that? I'm not quite ready yet. I want to learn this, I want to learn that, I want to learn the next thing. I want to do this, I'm not ready. Do you know what? 7:30, the gig starts, just go in and fucking do it. No, you'll do your best. You'll bring everything to that moment and you'll do your best and you'll create something. And you know what you'll do as well? You'll learn for it. And see if you do it again, you would think you'll get better at it.
Just like
and then
punk
better and better and
music,
better.
innit?
And that's what punk did. You got a guitar, you got drums, fucking let's go, man. 3 chords, let's go. And
Go against the grain.
and a lot of sex and swearing.
So that's your favourite genre of punk music?
It's
One
what I
off.
first started when I was 16-year-old. I got this tape and it was the Sex Pistols and it was Flogging a Dead Horse was the album.
Yep.
But they had 3 albums, but it was all the same songs on every fucking album, right?
It's different words.
Aye. No, it's all the same songs. They sold it 3 times. They were just, it was a whole thing.
They what they want.
Aye. And I was into like a band called Sham 69, right? And another band called Stiff Little Fingers.
I heard that.
And I was into all that. I was, and it was heavy, punky, just really raw sounding.
Were you a punk as a wee guy?
No, I'm
You an Ed?
No, I'm not old enough. No, I wasn't anything. I wasn't anything. I mean, but by the time I was 16, that was 1983. I mean, punk had been dead for 5 years by this point. I discovered all this with that age. This is amazing. But, you know, we never had many records when I was away when we were at school. I remember my mother bought that, I don't know where it came from, but she bought Brick in a Wall by Pink Floyd.
Yep.
And I always remember listening to that guitar solo and fucking being mesmerised by it. And I went, I want to play that. Right. And so I went from being a punk, right, And then Frankie Goes to Hollywood came along, and I had everything they ever done. I mean, what a fanny, right? And they punk, and then Frankie Goes to Hollywood walking about, Frankie Says Relax and all that. Totally into them. Had everything they ever done.
Yep.
They were fucking 6 or 8 versions of the one song, 2 Tribes on a 12-inch picture disc,
Yep.
and all that. And then U2, again, U2, and then Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
And then you just discover all this stuff that's been there for years.
Mm-hmm.
The Beatles, you know,
Yep.
Revolver
Mm-hmm.
by the Beatles, staggering album.
Mm-hmm.
But it all started for me with the Pistols.
That's class. I'm going to go listen to that now.
The Great
I
Rock
didn't
and Roll
expect that
Swindle.
to escalate to the bit it went to.
Aye,
I
the
was
Great
like-
Rock and Roll Swindle.
I
by
bet
the
you thought
Sex
you were
Pistols.
at it when you first played it. I thought this is a bam up.
No,
I heard the guitar.
No, it's brilliant. Steve Jones, the guitar player, and Paul Cook was a drummer. And it's a driving drums, man, which punk had, which went into new wave.
Yep.
And one of the greatest drummers ever playing a band, a guy called Clem Burke,
Yep.
was a drummer out of Blondie.
Mhm.
So if you listen to the Blondie song, Denis, and it's fucking incredible drumming.
Yep.
Like you listen, then you go back and listen to great drummers. Keith Moon, the fucking Who, John Bonham, Led Zeppelin, Ginger Baker, Cream.
Yep.
You go in, you go, who are all these guys? You listen to the Who, John Entwistle playing the bass. Unbelievable.
Do you think music's different now? Do you think machines will take your music now? AI?
Do you think? Aye. Well, it's just,
The way
it's
gone?
an evolution.
Mhm.
Is it necessarily better or worse? It is what it is. But I think the sad thing is, like, back in the day, I think the players were just playing to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the players are playing to play these days. I think they're all part of this bigger money machine,
Mm-hmm.
which corrupts everything,
Yep.
which fucks it all up.
Takes the love away from everything.
It takes the art out of it so
Yep.
much. It's not about the work, it's all about fame,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yep.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start to get to my age, you need money. Sorry for you. You're just young. And anyway, you've got a daughter out fixing fucking boilers for you. Yeah. If it was a Victorian age, she's been up chimneys, you fucking bobber.
So what? We've got to play a board game. This is a new one I've added for the last guest.
Right. Guaranteed every night we'd play Monopoly.
Oh,
and
but-
I would tank your arse,
Do you
by
think
the
you
way.
would take me, aye?
Fucking tank you.
I'm a bank robber. My dad was a bank robber. And when it comes to Monopoly,
Well, that's against the rules.
that's when it kicks in.
Well, that's against the rules.
I know. I couldn't beat you. I don't think.
No, do you know what? Right, this is evil.
What's Raymond's guide
This
to
is-
Monopoly to win?
This is
An honest guide to win.
right.
Because I'm not honest with that game.
Okay. Right. So, what you got to do, you got to fool the other player into thinking you're not going to buy straight away.
Yep.
Right. And you go to that, the player, you just talk, you go, well,
Mhm.
you go. So we'll just, we'll get in a couple of times, get some money in,
Yep.
and aye, all right. And you come to an agreement.
Mhm.
And then the strategy
Mhm.
for winning for me
Yep.
is always the second street.
Yep.
So you've got,
The brown.
no, that's the first street.
Then the
The
pink.
browns and the blues. Then you've got the pink and the orange.
Yep.
Bow Street is north. No, Bow Street, and then the last one's Vine Street.
Mhm.
Can't remember. I've not played it for years. But I used to always play my son. Right, my son's 30 odd now, and I used to fucking tan his arse at it, and it broke his temper. And he used to hate it, and he got that good at it. The cunt's unbeatable.
A wizard.
He's
So
unbeatable.
We're buying the pink, the orange in it, brown,
You
orange.
buy the
Is that
second
right?
street. So you go up, what's it? Is it the go to jail and then it's the free parking
Yep.
and then it's the jail?
Yep.
Is it? Or is that the jail? Is that free parking?
It's your
can't
visit.
mind.
You're doing the visit, so you've got to start the visit. Then
Aye.
then you get the free parking and then the jail. Is that
Aye,
right?
right. So you pass go. Right. Aye. So you're looking at the board upside down for me. Right. Goes
Stop there.
right. Aye, I'm forgetting because you aye. So the first street is Whitechapel, Old Kent Road,
Yep.
Pentonville Road, and then the Northumberland Avenue, Pall Mall.
Fucking hell.
And so it's that street. You've got to buy that whole street, and I'm going
Yep.
to tell you why. So the red and the yellow street and the green and the blue street.
Yep.
That's the dearest street. That's the second dearest. That's the third dearest, or the second.
Yep.
Just that's the cheap stuff. See if you can buy that whole row, right? Plus the train stations. And is the electric company on there? No, the electric company's there and the waterworks is there. Or the way about. Kind of mind. That street, for what you pay for houses and hotels, the return on it is great. And see when you get somebody coming round, they've just passed go, you go, they've got to come up that street. And that's Damnation Alley. Right? So if you want to win at Monopoly, that street is exceptional. The red and yellow street, Strand, Trafalgar Square, Piccadilly Circus and all that, Coventry Street, that's too dear.
Did you patch on them completely? I'd only go for the brown and the blue. The cheapest is expensive.
No, you could land in them and so it's £550 if you land on Pentonville Road.
Yep.
Nothing.
That's it.
It's £1,000 if you got a hotel and you land on Vine Street.
Oh, good man.
Bow Street. And
I'm going to go home tonight, get the family together, whip it to Monopoly, and do the Raymond Mearns
that
tactics.
street. You're fucking tan their ass.
And is that always worked for you?
Always.
So you and your boy,
until I started.
You're in a second street
No, now my son, if I played my son at Monopoly, he's an unforgiving. He's fucking evil when he's playing it. Because I used to beat him that much when he was young. He's never forgot it. Went, I'm going to do you fat old cunt. And he does me in.
Every time?
Aye. Oh, can he beat him?
I'd love to see that.
Can he beat him? Some player.
Okay, so one of the last questions coming up now is, who's replacing you for history? And so you're going to get the chair. I never get the chair. I'm a snitch. They keep me alive.
Who's
Who in
replacing me
is
for
replacing
history?
you with me in the cell for a year?
Who for history? All right, so you've grassed me up.
But you want, whatever you want.
So you've grassed me up.
You've lost your appeal. I've stuck you in. I've said you've done it. I'm a snitch.
Right.
But it can be a good time. We could have been pals. You don't know.
Well, I know you've grasped me up.
No, you don't know it.
No, well, I do know, actually, because I'm dead, and then I'm in the ether, and then you go, oh, is that how he's fucking grasped me up? And God's saying, forgive him. I saying, but come on, God. Let's do him in. Who have you got in here? I tell you what, send Hitler down. Send Hitler down to start showing for a year. And Hitler will be in your cell going, Mein Kampf, yeah, right? And making cheap bratwursts.
With no curry sauce.
Nothing.
Be like shite.
On a dry roll.
Square sausage
on
roll
a dry roll.
It.
Right. If it was somebody I admire, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, really? Aye.
Oh,
I didn't see that one coming.
Muhammad Ali is
boxing fan?
Oh, huge. But a huge fan of Muhammad Ali as well. I mean, Muhammad Ali is one of the bravest people ever. I mean, he stood up at the time of the Vietnam War and he says, and he basically turned around and says, I'm not going to Vietnam. I've got no fight with the yellow man, the man in Vietnam. My oppressors are here in America. I'm a black man. So he came back for the Rome Olympics in 1960 and he was so proud of what he'd done. He won a gold medal for America, USA.
Yep.
He wore it everywhere to the point where the gold leaf was
coming off
it, right? And he was somewhere like Florida, somewhere in the south. And they wouldn't serve him. It's because, the Jim Crow laws, the segregation of the South. And he thought, I'm an American. I won a medal for our country. But you can't sit with a white guy and eat as an equal. And he flung the medal in a river.
Wow.
And he's, aye, fuck you. Doesn't mean anything. And then he joined the black Muslims and run about with Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and all that. And changed his name for Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali eventually. And he always says, my oppressors, the people who are oppressing me, are my fellow citizens in this country.
It's a great world to look at it, especially
But how brave is he for doing that? Because what he done was he took his boxing licence off him. Aye. They took his boxing licence off him. He wasn't allowed to work for something like 3 years. Unbelievable. I mean, just because this thing we were saying before about you either have to assimilate something or you destroy it.
Yep.
And the how brave he was to stand up and say these things must have took balls like watermelons. Amazing guy.
Find well what the circumstance was going to be.
Normal people would go, I've just got my thing, shut your fucking mouth, just look after yourself. And sadly, that's the way the world is.
Yep.
But he had the cojones, man, he had the balls to stand going, no.
I hope he likes us, mate.
He loves everybody.
He's all right. I'm not getting battered myself.
There's a book, right? I've read a couple of books. There was Thomas Hauser. a writer wrote a book about him, which is a great book, and really takes you through his life. And there was a book that was written about 5-6 years ago, I think, which I've also got by a guy called Jonathan Eigg, E-I-G-G, and it's a really, really, detailed book, amazing book, incredible book. I'm obsessed with America. I'm obsessed with everything about America and its people and where it came from and where it is today. I'm obsessed with the news. I'm obsessed with what's happening right now with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and why it's happening. And the Jonathan Eigg book was great because, if anything, it's a parallel history of America in the second half of the 20th century.
Do you like to see truly what it was? America's not sound like America. I'm going through the FBI files now, but I'm not doing it in any order. I'm just eeny, meeny, miny, moan it.
It's genius.
It's mental.
It's amazing. I mean, you know that John F. Kennedy, he was assassinated by the mafia. You know, it was a mafia job. Yeah. And
there's people said that since, isn't there?
Aye. Look, that's that's been hidden in plain sight for years.
But even in the files, it's taught about Lee Harvey Oswald trying to meet the Russians in Cuba.
Aye, all that
so
stuff.
It's as if it was a spin already.
Aye.
Because he did hand stuff out, didn't he, for the Communist Party in America?
He was just
he's an easy scapegoat.
Incidental to it. I mean, there was the mafia, when Bobby Kennedy started hassling the mafia, and in what's his name, Jimmy Hoffa and all that, right? When he started hassling them, it's given that it was the mafia really who got Kennedy got John F. Kennedy elected by gerrymandering the vote in Illinois to get him out of the line. They thought, it's a bit ungrateful. So they went, it was a mafia term, kill the head of the snake and do your brother in. So it's been hidden in plain sight for years. I read it in a book
and do you think that's why they went so heavy with the mafia?
Well,
because it was all out war, wasn't it? It was straight out.
Well, right. Robert Blakey, a guy who wrote a book called The Plot to Kill the President, he incidentally did the House Assassinations Committee in the 70s, which was a more detailed committee than the Warren Commission. And it looked at all these things. And Robert Blakey subsequently invented or devised these RICO statutes, the Racketeer Influence Corruption Act, whatever, RICO. Anyway, and it was these laws that eventually put all the mafia away. So, but it was always hidden in plain sight. The Plot to Kill the President is one book Robert G. Blakey wrote. Point-to-Point Navigation by Gore Vidal also references it. Charles Brandt's book, The Irishman, references it. Selwyn Rabb's book, Five Families, references it.
That's a massive book, that, isn't it? Five Families.
That's a great book. That's a great book. Great book. Can't put it down. I've read it.
I've tried to read it, but I struggle, I think it's because it's so big.
It's great.
I think there's a mental gap in there.
But what's good to do, but you can go through it, Gary, and just pick out chapters. There's about 70 chapters in it. So you can maybe look at a chapter about Vincent the Chin Gigante, who was the head of the Genovese family, or you can read about Gotti, or you can read about the early days of Charlie Luciano and Frank Costello. So you can just read a chapter at a time, because they're all kind of like standalone chapters.
They don't go in sequels. So
it's great as a reference book. Because you can just go, I'm looking for.
I've heard his name. I'm going to go and look him up.
Aye. You can go to the index and
right. Talk about America. There's one. It's no new. It's came back. So you need to pick how you're going to die. You've got the electric chair,
right?
Firing squad,
right?
Or lethal injection. Do you know about the firing squad?
No, it's 10 guys on the one bullet.
That's the last guy. I didn't know that. Do they still do that?
I don't know.
They do. Aye, but it's on your chest.
It's on your chest?
Aye, you get shot in the heart.
Is that instantaneous?
They put a target on your heart and that's where they've got to shoot you, so it's no the head. Everybody thinks you get shot in the head and that's it, out.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen a firing squad.
It's on the heart.
So,
right. Put a wee target on your heart.
So what's it? I get a choice how I'm going to go?
You're getting a choice, aye.
And what's that?
Electric chair.
All right.
Firing squad.
Right.
Lethal injection.
Well, I would probably wank myself to death the night before. And If a year in the jail myself, I'd probably be welded.
Aye.
Right, but lethal injection. Well, the lethal injection sounds nicer because
does
does
I
that
feel
not
that?
put you to sleep?
That's what I felt like.
I think, what's what you feel like?
No, that's what I
Have
feel
you had
like.
it done?
No, I feel
who,
like
who you then?
when you get knocked out.
Hey, I think probably it's either got to be quick or painless.
Yep.
Or, aye, it's got to be quick or painless or quick and painless.
Yep.
So just give me the gun in my mouth, bang.
You'll take the.
Yeah, I do it myself.
You need to pick one, but you can't do that.
Right, I can't. So it's lethal injection, electric chair.
Firing squad to the heart. Firing squad's a long one. You're going to bleed out and roll about the ground for a while.
Check it out.
It must be high. Shot in the heart. Your brain's still got to process that.
Is that right?
I'm still going to try and pump the blood in it, and your brain's still going to be there.
Well, it sounds to me you're pointing me towards something else.
You can take that if you want it.
No, so
You're deaf.
I think lethal injection,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Could I get a wee swally before it?
We'll sort something, mate.
Aye, because you if you don't get a last meal.
Right, I'll add that in for you, right? That's what the podcast is about.
Aye,
So
get a last meal.
This is the last question.
Aye.
It has to be a last meal for somewhere that you've ate, because we want
that's easy.
we want to tag them.
All right.
So
Well, I would like
a local takeaway or a
it's
restaurant.
it's in Paris. The best meal I ever ate. No, I tell you, I was in.
Can we have Glasgow or Scotland? Because I want to go and try it.
Right. Okay. Right. Wait a minute.
But where's the Paris one? Tell us about that.
It's called Les Cébulons.
Les
And it's in
Cébulons.
Paris. It's as you go up the Point de Nuit from La Défense,
Yep.
just to go
Eiffel
into the
Tower near
avenue of the Grand Army.
Yep.
It's right at that junction.
Did you go and visit the Fallen Legion Museum in Paris?
The what?
The Fallen Legion Museum?
No,
That's near there.
I thought that was in a foreign country. So no, so like, I had Chateaubriand
Right.
and Parmentier toddies
Mm.
and the most amazing bottle of red wine
Oh.
that when you drank it, fucking hairs in the back of your neck stood up, right? It was just amazing. And it was chilled. They chilled it. So I thought you didn't chill
Do
red
you like
wine.
the tortoise?
The Parmentier toddies, what they're doing, it's a wee, I make them in the house. What you do is you chop up a toddy,
Yep.
right? If you want, you can parboil it, but you don't need to do that.
Yep.
If you use it, maybe a soft potato, I use maybe Maris Pipers. If you chop them up into wee 1 centimetre squares,
Yep.
and you get a big block of butter and some garlic salt, a wee bit of olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
You do them in a pan for 20 minutes.
Stunning.
Delicious.
I had the best tortoise I've ever had in my life the other day.
Where?
Crab Shack.
Crab Shack, where's that?
Doing it at Argyle Street. Is that Argyle Street, Paul? Finished the night one and finished
Well,
it.
well, I'll tell you where I like
And it
to
was a
eat
wee
in
tortoise.
Glasgow. I'll tell you where
Right.
I like to eat in Glasgow.
Yep.
I like to eat up in Bailison, right? And I took our esteemed producer there
Yeah.
a couple of times. And it's the East End Fox up near where I live.
The old Brackney.
Aye, they all
Is it
back me
nice?
in. Oh, what's it like, Paul?
Is it
It's
actually?
phenomenal. Well, the guy who bought it over, who runs it, is Ferrier Richardson, who's a
Yep.
chef.
Mhm.
Used to be a chef to these high net worth individuals.
Yep.
So people like you, right? They would get them in.
Big tax
And you
bumps.
go,
That's
"Hey,
it.
could you do me a pie, please?" And he used to, work for these
Mhm.
people. And
What you getting?
the Chateaubriand again. The Chateaubriand
Yep.
on the Friday night is phenomenal. But see, even the Wagyu burger. Oh, they a
Frightening.
great Wagyu burger. Or what else?
How much is that skinning me?
For 2 people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is it 50 quid? 50 quid? Probably wasn't even much. I don't know.
Penny. That's mental,
Okay.
innit?
Oh,
A
aye.
pub in the East End's doing that well.
Oh, aye. Aye. Dean. And it's gourmet shit.
Mhm. It's hard to get in.
At times it can be. Well, obviously you're famous.
I'm not.
You just rock up. Here's Falsey.
My blue tick.
Aye.
Like an FBI badge.
Aye.
Let me in.
This is a raid.
Mearnsy sent me
aye.
a
So,
menu raid.
I mean, it's a lovely, lovely place.
Yep.
And it gives me a free Burns supper
Oh,
every
lovely.
year if I address his haggis for him.
Oh, I must be fucking hysterical.
So, aye. Here for your honest son's face, great chieftain of the pudding race. I don't know the rest. I have to read it off a sheet on my ball bag.
Right at the side of the haggis.
I was just sitting there. I get my glasses on.
If you like a steak, I recommend Mini Grill
Where's that?
up next to the King's Theatre, and they do a Côte de Boeuf.
Aye. Wait a minute.
The red wine jus.
Oh, man. Big steak eater.
Aye.
But what I like to do, I like to buy a bit of steak out of butchers.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to, what I do is, I take the steak,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter, fillet steak or ribeye or whatever, depends what you want. And what I do is I take it out of the fridge, right? And I put oil on it, put it on a plate and I put oil on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before that, salt and pepper just on the steak.
Get a
both sides.
massage.
Aye, just. And then pour oil on it and leave it for a couple of hours at room temperature. And then what I do when I come to cook it, I'll prepare my totties or whatever all day, whatever else. Maybe have some garlic bread with it if I'm having a sauce or whatever. Who cares, right? And then what I'll do is get the pan as hot as you can get it. Now, don't mess about. Don't prod it and poke it and fuck about with it. You'll shock the meat.
I don't poke it.
So
I thought
good.
you had to poke it.
Good. Don't poke it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
How hot? Fire alarm gonna have hot? Smoke alarm's
as
ready to go
hot
medal?
as you can get it.
Yep.
I mean, seriously hot. Nothing in the pan. The pan's dry.
No butter.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Take the steak, lift it, and let some of the excess oil drain off it, and put it in the hot pan. As soon as you put it in, it'll go and leave it for 30 seconds to a minute, and then turn it over. 30 seconds to a minute, and then turn the heat down and get another 3 minutes each side.
Stunning.
And then just before 30 seconds before the end, a big whack of butter, a couple of cloves of garlic, and fire it in. See if you get some prawns as well. Fucking pop them in as well.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Kind of sauce you having?
Tell you something. Well, I would normally have a pepper sauce, maybe a Diane sauce, but see, I'm going to tell you something, and this shows you I'm pure working class scum.
Gravy?
No. See that gold star brown sauce you get out of chippy?
No, don't you dare.
No, I'd
Don't
fucking
you
great.
dare.
I'm
Don't
telling you.
fucking
I'm
dare.
fucking telling you.
You can't make a steak like that and then have brown sauce on it.
Listen, I'm telling you.
You're my hero, mate. You can't
I'm
be
telling
doing
you.
that.
And you get some garlic bread, you
fucking
get
winding
prawns
me
in a
up.
steak, and I've got my totties. I'm telling you. That it's the gold star brown sauce. It's a pound a bottle out of Morrison's. Out the fridge, bang it on. It's perfect. I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Because see when you go to America, you get that stuff they go to there called A1 steak sauce. You ever seen it?
Aye.
It's just fucking gold
The
star
red
sauce.
and white logo.
Aye. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you don't
You
need
described the best steak I've ever heard in my life. You even made the noises. And then you shouted the brown sauce. You're fucking at it. I'm no fun for it. I'm no fucking fun for it.
I'm telling you, it's brilliant. And you always have on the side, you have a lovely cold German beer, a bottle of Hofbrau or a bottle of Paulaner or a bottle of Erdinger Weiss beer or something, or one of the Dunkels, the black beer.
Yep.
Just in the fridge, or a lovely glass of red wine.
Kind of red wine you're pairing it with?
Oh, I'll be a Malbec or something, or just a
easy one,
Cabernet
easy one,
Sauvignon. A medium.
Keep it all right.
I mean, if you want to go for something like a Chateauneuf de Pape or something a bit heavy, you can do that, which is good with sort of fillet steak and stuff like that. But I would tend to have just one glass of that and then go to something a bit more medium.
No dry.
Oh, I mean, dry red. I mean, like a Valpolicella or something. But again, that's a medium wine.
Yep.
See, a heavy wine, it's like like a Chateauneuf de Pape is very heavy and peppery and really robust. It's hard to. I like my bevy.
I would love a bevy tour by Raymond. Whiskey.
I tell
wine.
I've.
How would you describe Buckfast to a person who's never had Buckfast before? Without trying to ruin it.
Oh, it's like. It's a bit like. Right. I said something terrible. I love Buckfast.
Right. Really?
I love Buckfast. I think it's a great drink. Anne hates it. Because she other people she knows the drinks is fucking Jakies. Right? Jakies and hooligans. But I think it's a great drink. And I said something, I can't say it. I can't say it online.
No. So how would you describe Buckfast to an English person who's maybe a wee bit well to do?
It's
How would you sell
kinda
it to
like
them?
right, what it is, it's an everyday fun drinking wine. A fun drinking wine. If you're having a bad day, it'll lift your spirits no end.
The caffeine?
Aye, it's something I think it's a great drink. It's
Really?
a great tasting drink. When they opened the Hard Rock Cafe and they did the Buckfast cocktails, which was Buckfast triple sec and cola, fucking great cocktail.
People drink it with milk, didn't they?
I did. I
Buckfast
don't
and
know.
milk.
I've never met
you ever
anybody
do
who drinks
that,
with
Paul?
milk. Milk and Bucky. There you go, so lifts you up and strengthens your bones. There you go. And it's guard against osteoporosis, Buckfast and full fat milk. Brilliant.
Raymond, thanks for coming on, mate. It's been a
No
gift.
bother. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Thank you.
Awesome.